Information, news, and entertainment on demand. Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, welcome. I have to say that my co-host Beth is not here with me tonight. She had personal business to take care of. She'll be back next week. But we are here to have a lot of fun today because we have a crazy guest. Her name would be Lacy Younga, and she's a singer-songwriter. She's been on the cover of Boogie magazine. She's been all over town doing all kinds of fun stuff. And in Europe, we're going to talk about her international stuff as well. We want to thank EnterTalkRadio.com for allowing us to be coming out of their really fine, brand new, beautiful, crazy studios. And we're
crazy.
Here.
They're so I'm crazy. Their
yes.
studios are crazy.
We love crazy. Now, I've also got my crazy hubby here tonight, who is Lee Smith. He's just chilling with us in the studio for the first 30 minutes until he runs off and does his bass thing at practice. So that'll be fun. All right, Lacy, how's it going, girl?
It's going very well. Thanks so much.
Good.
Except for I got a little issue here with my jack, but I can hear myself because I'm loud. I don't need no stinking earphones. Whatever.
She's jacked up. What can we say?
This thing's jacked up, babe.
It's jacked. All right. Well, anyways.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Right on. Cool. So why don't you tell us a little bit about, basically, your love for music? Where did you get it? Where did it come from?
Oh my. I'm afraid we don't have enough time, but we'll just try to keep it, the short version.
Perfect.
Where did it come from? It's kind of, I believe that's an innate thing in many of us that love music. You know what I'm saying? But my mother sang opera. She was a singer, so she gave me my perfect pitch. So thanks to her for the voice. But as far as, listening to it, loving it, I mean, when I was very young, oh, there I am. Wow. So when I was real young, I was the kind of little tiny girl that had like the little record player that was a box, that you'd open the clips, open it up.
Close and play?
The little box.
Close and play?
Yeah, it's like you could carry it around by the handle.
Yes, that was a close and play.
I was like full on, 3, and I'd like play, what supercalifragilistic. I'd take the needle when it was done and put it back on the beginning over and my mom would be like, can you please? Like, really? How many times can you listen to that? And, it'd be like, she'd lock the door and be like, please, must we all? But it was the same in 3rd grade. I mean, I listened to Rubber Soul over and over. That got handed down to me by one of my sisters. And just, I don't know, very much in love with music. I wasn't the kid that was stuck to the TV. I was stuck to the record player or the stereo.
I have to say, my uncle hooked me up when I was like 5 at his house with Close and Play, and the record on his Close and Play was a 45 of 96 Tears by Question Mark and the Mysterians. So to this day, it's my favorite song.
Wow. Close and Play. I'm not familiar with that particular, I don't know.
Well, that's what you did. You opened the lid, you put the 45 on, you put the needle on, and you could rock around with it. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was put out by Pennies.
Wow. I don't even know.
There you go. See that? We've got our historian here tonight, Lee. Thank you.
I used to have one, so.
J.C. Penney's.
See, I never know the name of the gear. I just use it. That's so me, even today. You guys were just talking about gear, and I'm like, yeah, what that big thing where the music comes out of. I got one of those. I'm
like
just
I'm
into the vintage stuff. We were talking about orange amps and all that.
Yeah,
I was talking about that, but Close and Play, I know not of this.
That is too funny. Well, basically, when did you realize that this is what you really wanted to do, like your whole life, music?
Well, what I wanted to do and what I was forced to do are two different things.
Okay.
As a tiny, tiny girl, I had a family that they were very much into entertaining. And so, it would be late at night and I just have flashbacks of my grandmother Goldie, turning on the light, shaking me and waking me up at like, whoever knows what time it was. And I'm in my footie pajamas. I was about 3, and she would like take me out, stand me on the coffee table and say, "You got to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow." Everybody's standing around with like martinis. There's like 50 people. And I'm like, when you're just like blinded because you just got out of your sleep and you're like tiny and you're like, So I just knew, I learned quickly, just give them what they want. You can go back to bed. That was it. So I was forced to perform. I loved it. I make jokes about it, but I think that did help me, just kind of
break out of your shell.
Continue on to not have any. I don't have nerves to this day. I don't get nervous about anything. I don't care if it's 10,000 people or 8 people, whatever. But and I always kind of made my own music. I had, I'd play on the piano when I was very young and just make things up. And I played by ear, figuring out songs by ear. I just. I was taught to read music for about 10 minutes. And then, like my mother, she said they had the same problem with her. I would just figure it out much quicker just by ear.
Right.
And so I'm like, every good boy does fine. No, you can keep that sheet music. I don't need it.
So who are you inspired by then? Young and now?
Well, in the early days, I always have different categories. As far as inspired by, as far as singers go, I sang to, Heart, some of the really
Beautiful,
strong
yeah.
female vocalists. Like
Same
literally,
here.
I would sing to, when I was very young, I was like, I don't know, from 9 to 13, I think I sang to Barbra Streisand, Ann Wilson, Paul Rogers, like the Faces, just those voices. For some reason, those were people that inspired me as singers. And then later, bands that really inspired me, like The Sound, were kind of the like the Faces, yeah, and Free, and kind of the rock, like the Rolling Stones, the rock, and a lot of the British rock that was infused with our American blues,
Right?
And that's kind of where I sit with the early influences, and then down the road things change always, but yeah, and I'll have certain bands that I love now that came out maybe in the 90s, like. Was it the Black Crowes? You can totally
everybody
hear
says the Black
all
Crowes.
those. You can hear all of those exact influences in their music. They're just like
Right.
they're like the Faces and Leonard Skinner and one other band just mashed together. And you're like, oh, I hear where that came from. You know what I mean?
Right.
So and then of course, in turn, I ended up hearing them going, oh, I love those guys. And the band Jet. I love them.
We're going to have to look up all these bands because
yeah.
some of them I haven't never heard of, but we're going to have to go discover some
Jet
music.
was an Australian band, and
There you
I mean
go.
they're like kind of one hit wonder. I think they're broken up now. They had 2 good years, but
No wonder I don't know them.
That's
One
the
hit wonder
best-
from Australia.
It's like
Come
the
on.
best things happen with people like that. Like as I kind of referring to myself. No, I had
There are a lot of one-hit wonder bands out there that
Yeah.
people remember from that one hit.
That's true.
They still show it today in commercials, and they still
Like what, Gary Wright, Dreamweaver, that kind of thing?
mean,
Or-
Oh my God! Or Gary. Oh, Gary.
I know, right? Yeah, like one hit.
But there's just a lot of bands, Inagata Davida, and just stuff that you still,
true.
So
Yeah.
And
That's
people
like
don't think
me.
about it.
It's me in Denmark and in Scandinavia. I had a #1 hit there, and I just kind of reconnected with radio there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we remember." Oh, that was
Oh,
what,
it's the Lazy Young Guys.
Let's see, when was that? Like 98, 99. And I'm like, do you guys still remember me? If we send out some stuff,
That's really cool.
can I? And here in America, I had like top 30 a few times. So, charted, did well. I had a couple record deals, but now I'm on my own. So it's a whole nother ball game.
Well,
and,
tell us then what drives you right now to continue recording your original music.
Drives me to stay relevant, like so they think I'm not dead, kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, just what drives you?
Well, when you've had a deal and you've had what I love that movie, Other People's Money. I'm not from the generation where people mortgage their house and call themselves a record label and say, we'll play for free if you'll let us sell CDs. That's so not where I'm from.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
from where, get a record deal, have a budget, have a really great contract.
Back in the day.
And have people who actually, book you, road managers, do radio tours, release a single and actually get out there on the road and work to support it. And so when I've had 2 times I've had that, and I've had a 3.5-year run both times, which was, a blessing. I can't, to even have that once in your life.
Yeah.
At whatever age, I think.
But to have it twice is cool.
And then I thought at one point, there was going to be a third time, and I just couldn't pull it off. And that's when things really, that was like right. My second deal kind of fell apart when the crash happened, like 2008. And it was supposed to be a 3-record deal, and it ended up being 1 record. And they were like, sorry, it's over. And I'm kind of like, what? Wait a minute.
Do you think that's kind of when the industry changed?
No, I think things began to change with the whole Napster thing, that when things started, like the digital, the mark of, when things went digital and Napster happened and people started realizing how there are different ways to share and market music, and all the big guys kind of got shoved aside and had to compete in a different way, and then it just kind of leveled the playing field. But it also it did great things for people who didn't have anything going on yet, and it did not so great things for people who had kind of in the middle echelon where I was, who were just about to hit big, and it was all over the place. It changed it up. It was good, but later on, I think the secondary change happened. There's a second tier of change about when the crash happened. And that's when, it's just even more dramatic in all the same directions. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, having come from all that, having a great publicist, I still thank her. She passed on. Her name was Jane Rogoffin. She was one of the biggest publicists in Nashville, and she handled a lot of great people. And I remember the day she said to me, "You sit down. You have to see this. This is so amazing." And this was back in, 2004, maybe earlier. She goes, "This digital press kit. Oh, my God." Because we used to do digital press does that mean shut up?
No, that means hold that thought. 'Cause when we come back, we're going to talk more about this, digital press kits, and we're going to talk about the struggles in the industry.
Right on.
And then we're also going to talk about, collaboration with band members and other artists in the fields. Thank you so much to Moe's Guitars and for being our major sponsor. And thank you, Studio at CCMA, Silver Tiger, Red Giant. We're all here.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Thank you for listening to WS Radio. Improve your business and your life with useful information from experts and thought leaders. WS Radio is radio with ROI.
You may have heard me brag about Progressive Medical Center and just how much they've helped me with my health. And Dr. Goldie, one thing that you've helped so many people with is migraines.
Unfortunately, there are millions and millions of Americans who are suffering with migraines and headaches, and they're debilitating because it affects the quality of their life, and they cannot function properly. At Progressive, we get the root cause because we understand that migraines could be caused by nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, believe it or not, delayed food sensitivities. And once we determine what the real reason is, we put a plan of action together with medication that we get them off slowly, and we put them on an all-natural approach, and the results are amazing.
Incredible. I mean, there's so many people that can say they don't live their lives with migraines anymore thanks to Progressive Medical Center.
And that's what's exciting and rewarding to us as physicians, because we help our patients take control of their health, and that's why they're living well.
Why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today? Don't live in pain. Don't have migraines anymore. Just go to their website, progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life. Live it well.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. MOZEguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, we are back with Lacey Younger.
Okay, wait, you want me to be Beth?
No, yeah, okay, yeah. Just a minute.
Let me say something really bad.
We'll get Lee to be Beth.
Hi, all. How you doing?
There we go. We're going to have Lacey go ahead and introduce a piece of music that we're going to play for you right now, and it's one of her original songs, so tell us about it.
A little piece of music. It's called Spring. Just one of my new ones off of my new EP, and I think you're going to love it. Have a listen.
There we go. We got Paul on it.
Like spring, I'm a colorful thing, a flower that sings and grows on your vine. The one to bring you the sun. When you come undone, you call and I shine. You're looking for amazing grace, and you think you found it in the angles of my face. My lips, the curve of my hips, sound of my voice, that look in my eye. Can't feed your bottomless need. I can't always be the blue in your sky. Your summer high is short and vain, and winter falls hard on you. There's comfort in the pain. And I am your fix when you're coming down. And here is where you lay when fall comes around. When you're feeling sick, you beg, I see. But then you're gone again, come spring. You know the memory.
Oh, that's excellent. That's some good work right there.
Thank
now,
ya.
I need you to tell us, where did you record that? What studio? Let's give some shout-outs to where you got that going.
Actually, in Nashville. I've been traveling back and forth between here and Nashville for like 28 years, since I was like 4.
That's crazy.
And oh yeah, a little joke. And there's a studio there. Actually a producer I've worked with off and on for a long time, Bill Warner. He cuts all my demos, and I think we did that at Omni, which is one of the best studios in Nashville on Music Row.
Shout out to Omni and Bill.
Omni, Killa, Bill Warner, yeah, Warner Works, and yeah. So that's a new one. That's pretty much just a master demo. Like I literally, that happens there often with him. I'll cut a demo, and I'm just so thrilled with it. I'm like, whatever, put it on the record. It's ready to roll. I mean, the musicians that I work with there are just A players and amazing people.
So then you bring in studio musicians, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
People I've worked with. There's like a crew of those guys that basically
They just roll in
for
the
a long
studio?
time. Yeah, they're
Right
very
on.
good. Yeah. So But should I return to what I was talking about before? I can be
Yes,
long-winded,
you should,
and
you
I wasn't
should.
finished quite with that thought.
You should. Finish your thought.
But we were just talking about the whole digital, transition
Yes,
for all that.
when
And
it happened.
I wanted to, I had a lot of love for Jane, and she taught me so much. And, publicists, there are PR people, and then there are publicists that are just killers and know how to make huge things happen and, just help to brand you. And she was insistent that I understand, what a huge thing this was when the digital press kit came out. And it's like, no, don't you understand? No more sending this physical press kit, with the CD and all the
Right.
all of the press and the copies of. It's like a book. I mean, in the cost and everything. And she
Yes.
goes, well, check this out. Well, the first people that did it were Sonic Bids. They're the ones that originally put that together. And so she's like, you have to do this. You have to write some stuff. And I was like, no, that's your job. I don't have to do anything.
There you
She's
go.
like, no, you have to kind of, get into today, this year. You need to kind of grow into the future, Lacey. I'm like, does it mean I have to touch a computer? I really don't want to do it. But anyway, so she forced me to kind of learn a lot about that. And that's back in the day when that particular record label had, this was before Facebook. They had like a bunch of dudes in a room that they would hire to work the MySpace as me, It was all about
MySpace,
marketing.
there's an old word.
And there were literally 4 guys in an office for a matter of a few weeks, and they were paid to kind of boost things, and that's part of publicity. And I was like, what? Wait, what's going on in there? I had to really wrap my mind around all this stuff.
That's cool.
But she taught me very much about what now today I utilize a lot of that knowledge and kind of trying to keep things going and the way I connect with people and social media. And I only have like 1 or 2 people that do work for me, social media. And because I always had kind of a problem with, I can't promote myself in that
Right.
way. I feel like a hooer.
There you
A
go.
hooer.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I don't
musicians
really
don't like to
feel
support
I
themselves.
can't do it. Like, so I don't work. I do my personal thing, but the page has worked by other people for me, and occasionally I'll put something on there, and I try to answer people. But yeah, there's kind of a fine line, I think, with regard to how you approach that, and
Right.
having some help. But when you get to the point where you're back to being kind of a one-man band kind of solo artist, and you don't have that group of people working for you anymore, you have to find ways to stay relevant, to connect with people, but not completely be, obnoxious and all over the place saying, look at me,
That's
look at
right.
me,
That's
oh,
right,
look at
totally.
me.
Yeah, and you need people that believe in you, believe in what you're doing, and have the passion. Like myself, I have passion for all of my artists and my friends that I promote and everything that I promote all day long. So you need somebody like me.
Indeed.
passion.
And you need to, I had to get over that thing that it wasn't arrogance on my end. It just was me feeling uncomfortable promoting myself because I had
Yeah,
never had to
artists
do it
don't
before.
like to do that.
And I
That's
never
right.
had to.
Right.
But now I kind of have to be part of it in that way. So I always thank Jane, okay, thank you for teaching me all this stuff. And, uh-oh.
And I think staying humble, with your people and your fans and your, the relationships that you've built and all that, and your Facebook friends and everything, staying humble is, I definitely think, where it's at.
It is, and if you can just get, some help, even if you have interns help you work your social media for you so that you're not just constantly, I can't live like that. I'm an outdoor person. I don't like
Right.
to spend more than a few minutes or an hour per day on particular stuff. And there are people with their face in their phone and their computer for hours and hours, and that's
Yep.
all they do. I'm like, you got to find, you got to connect on a face-to-face with people, and for me, it's really important not to do too much of that. So,
Well, see, what I think our listeners might want to know is, tell us some of the stages you played on and who you've played with.
I have played everywhere from, I mean, literally, I can't even remember because back when
remember.
things were going really well, and a lot of like radio tours, when I was doing that, I would be in 3 states in one day sometimes, or 2
Right.
states in one day. And then there'd be a show attached every few days or whatever. But as far as big stages, I've played in front of 10, 15, 20,000 people many times. I've played with everyone from, Terry Clark, James House, Neil McCoy, Steve Miller, Lost Lonely Boys, Kenny Wayne Shepherd. I mean, I could go on for a long time. A lot of people, Bon Jovi. I've done small shows, like the one with Bon Jovi I did in Nashville, at just 12th and Porter. that's a small place. I mean, it holds a few hundred people, but it was very intimate.
Right, that's
and
cool.
Then just different things, over the years. And I really enjoy... well, Lee, say something, dude. What's going on over there?
I'm just listening and enjoying everything you're saying. I'm just, of the places.
I wanted him to get
involved. I want you to be Beth. Come on, Beth.
Yeah.
Grow some boobs.
Okay.
This is Girls Talk Rock.
That's right.
Yeah, girl and one guy talk rock here. No, it's just nice hearing some of the places you've been because being a musician myself, playing with different people and things, being on the road. I've been on the road not as what I wanted to do, but been on the road and sometimes it's really hard. I mean, people don't realize that when you are on the road, that you're staying in different hotels.
Yes.
And the food. Sometimes people think, oh, you're eating this and that. Dude, you're lucky if you get breakfast sometimes.
Yeah, you go from 5-star hotels to total
Vagabond.
Vagabond Inn. And I've played, like I said, the Hawthorne Park, like what I think it was like 15,000 people. That stage, I've played huge, all the biggest venues. I've played even here in San Diego, Humphreys, House of Blues, all those places.
Yes, same here.
But I it's funny, I never got to play at home for many years of my career. I always played everywhere but here because they would, when you release a record, it's so much more expensive to release a single on the West Coast. They always start Midwest to East Coast and then they move this direction. Or they start you across the pond and then they move it over here. There's all these strategies. And I'd be like, I want to just go home and play. Well, now I'm at home because I don't have a budget anymore. So
there you go. Now
I'm learning. I'm like, oh, so this is how nice I can actually, for the first time, build, my fan base here at home and on the West Coast, and I'm actually kind of digging it. It's cool.
All right, cool. So we got like 10 seconds of this segment. We're going to have you hold your thoughts because when we come back, we're going to talk all about
boys.
Building your fan base, for one, and two, all the stuff that you've done and will do Euro, because I want to really talk about, when you played at the Castle and all that good stuff.
Okay.
All right, so hang on 3 minutes, guys. We'll be right back. And thank you, Mo's Guitars. Thank you, EnterTalkRadio.com. Thank you, Studio at CCMA, Silver Tiger Production, Red Giant Promo, Playcam, and, of course, Girls Talk Rock. We're here. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Jason Scheff, lead vocalist and bass player for the band Chicago, reporting here from New York City as we get ready to go and be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Hey, listen, I want to tell you about something really cool. I'm basically, get it? I'm giving my bass away that I'm playing on this 2016 Chicago Earth, Wind & Fire tour and on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremonies that'll be aired on HBO later this month. So if you want a chance to win it, go to winmybass.com, winmybass.com, WINMYBASS.com. This is going through the rest of this month, April, and we will announce a winner early May, okay? Thank you so much to Jackie's Groove, powered by Intertalk Radio. I am so proud to be a San Diegan and part of this world that keeps growing down there. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Mo's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit mozguitars.com or their Facebook page. MOZEguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to record on a Grammy award-winning album? Have you ever wondered what it's like to play in front of a stadium crowd? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be on a world tour? I'm Jackie Bertoni, and I've played with the who's who in the music industry, and I've toured the world. Come join my world, behind the velvet rope, and get into the groove on Jackie's Groove. Live 2 p.m. Mondays and available 24/7 on Jackie'sGroove.com.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
And welcome back, everybody. So we lost our stand-in that was Beth.
Yeah, Beth.
My husband, who was Beth for a minute, had to go.
I'll be your Beth now.
Oh,
Stop
see,
it.
there you go. Oh, we got a new Beth. Okay, that's Paul, my producer, and he's running the board tonight, and he's having some fun with us here. We got Lacey Younger on board, and we're going to say, just for the record, we're going into her next single, which is called For the Record.
That's right.
Hit it, Paul.
Sold my soul for the record. May not save it in the end. For now I'll pick the pieces up again. Saw my face in the mirror. Told it another lie. I'm someone I don't recognize, yet I know every line. And my heart's in the notes and the letters, and I'm always keeping time. And it sounds so much better when I make it rhyme. Yeah, I sold my soul for the record. I do it all again. I'm spending dollars that make no sense, but it pays in the end. Oh, I bared my soul for the record. Goes around like a wheel. It's the rock that rolls me home to you. But it can be a home wrecker. It's all part of the deal. I knew that when I signed on the bottom line, and I gave up on some things. The ties that bind the rings. Promises can keep me warm at night. So I sold my soul for the record. I do it all again. I get paid in hearts and spares with every spin. Oh, every little spin, going round and round and round and round and round. Every little spin.
All right, that's excellent. That's called For the Record. And you know what I love about your music, Lacey, is every time I hear any of your albums, and I have them all, and I listen to all of them all the time in the car, is that you have a little bit of a flair that's kind of a country twang. I think that's your Nashville roots coming through there.
It's my American roots, really. I think
There you go.
know it's what I have in common. If we think back to some of the influences, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm speaking
those things.
I'm speaking English here, baby. But what I only had coffee, I swear to God. But I'm talking about some of the influences that I mentioned earlier, which are like the British rock that were influenced by American, gospel, soul, like just. Blues. And that's the thing that the Stones had. And it's funny because you'll hear, if you listen to some of their songs, like back on Some Girls, you'll hear them with his inflections sound like he's from the South.
That's cool.
And if you think about it, and it's like they are influenced by that. I have all of that rolled into one. I think that I definitely have some soul, some blues, some Southern, a touch of Southern that in my rock and roll for sure.
There's definitely an edge there.
And that's why initially trying to get signed when I was being looked at by like DreamWorks and all these different people, and they were like, everyone in Nashville was like, we love you. You're too rock and roll. And the people in LA were like, you're so cool, but you're kind of belong country. We don't know what to do with you because you're on the fence and you're a crossover. And I'm like, why is that a bad thing?
That's right.
Let's get creative here, people. I don't need to fit into one little tiny box.
Now, a question that my co-host Beth and I always ask is, if you had to come before somebody and after somebody, say on Pandora, where are you going to put yourself?
Well, I'm asked that every day of my life in so many different forums. That's asked of me. Who are you? What are you? What is your music?
Right, because they like to pigeonhole
you.
And
I am always say that I've come up with a few taglines. I used to say rock and roll with soul. Now I say I'm rock and roll with Southern California soul. But I'm just very much myself. I just don't know what to call it. When they finally they come up with all these new genres every couple of years. Like we have more and more and more.
We have like
it's
grassroots
ridiculous.
or grass rock. Or...
It should say something.
Exactly.
Can we go there? But it's like at one point they started saying, okay, you're Americana. Thank God now Americana exists because that's kind of what you've been all along. I'm like, no, I've been me all along. And they're just trying to figure it out. But yeah, I would say Americana is good. But then when you listen to some of my more rock and roll songs, you're like, oh, hell no, that's too edgy for Americana. So then I started calling myself, this is my coin this little phrase, I'm edgy Americana. And
there we go.
So that's
you heard it here first on Girls Talk Rock.
I am edgy Americana.
That's right. We just coined the phrase. Awesome. So now I want to get into talking about a little bit of the direction you're going with your Euro tours, and tell us a little bit about when you were over there and when you do go over there.
Well, it started about 6 years ago, I think. Yeah. And I went along with a guitar player that I used to have, John Jones, and his brother used to be really well known in Germany. He had since passed, and they did like a memorial concert for him every year. And he asked me to join and please come over there. And so I got a little record deal over there for distribution at that point in time, and we just it went over really well. And so started getting invited back and started booking every year, and now sometimes it's twice a year. And then I got asked to play in England at the Lancaster Music Festival, and I headlined at the Lancaster Castle, which was phenomenal.
Right,
if you go to my website, LACY'S.com, you can check out, there are a lot of cool photos. It's just magical. I happen to love England, so for me, it's just the best of everything. But yeah, what a great festival too. It's like 4 days, full on, straight, never ending music in the streets, in the pubs, in the huge, centers, and at the castle, and it's just like it'll wear you out. Let me just tell you that. But I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah. Why do you think that music here in the United States is different from music in Europe? What do you think is the linchpin or the key or whatever you want to call it?
You mean how is it different as far as
people
touring there, or people appreciating it?
Yes, people appreciating it.
I'm just going to say that in Germany in particular, they're very much an audience that often is seated, and it's more concert-like much more often than here. So even in some of the smaller houses, and you're going to have more of a concert type of thing because they're so enthralled with. They want to hear all the words. They just want to witness it.
And I think that's what you're going to get at the Coach House tomorrow night when you play with the Smithereens. We should bring that up, right?
Oh yeah,
not tomorrow night, Sunday night.
May 1st. And if you go to LacyYounger.com, there's I think under news there's a link where you can buy tickets, but you can also buy tickets on Facebook on Lacy Younger, the page, my musicians page. There's a link to the event. It's on May 1st at the Coach House, the Smithereens. It's going to be a very fun show. I don't think it's sold out yet, so
that's really cool. So you can still get tickets if you get over to Lacy's website for that. But and that's what the Coach House does. Is I think that they have all the tables. They invite you in for dinner. They put on a really nice show.
You have to,
4 hours.
you want to get reservations because those tables go fairly quick, so you do need to call and make reservations
That's
and then
correct.
get your tickets.
Yeah.
So, but it's a legendary old place, it's kind of nostalgic. A lot of people have played there and still do play there.
And the Smithereens, that's kind of a cool act to open for.
They were cool. They're still cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's a great stage. Yeah. I am very much looking forward to it. So
yeah, we do a lot of stuff here with the Coach House because my co-host Beth, she does a lot of stuff with from CCMA Studio.
Oh,
so yeah, with Coach House. So yeah, and we go out there. We're going to be just a shout out to my husband's band who's playing on the 29th also out there. He's opening up for Deanna Carter. It's a country show, so if you want to get tickets, you can hit me up or go to studio at CCMA and you'll see all those shows that she's sponsoring over there on her page. But, so let's talk about how you promote your music and how do you stand out in the noise?
Well, I stand out just honestly, and I've always said this, there is no competition. In my world and the way that I think, I know other artists that think, they compete with others. I don't compete because there's only one of me. There's only one you. And I think I have a very unique voice and a unique style, and I just try to be myself. And that, it just in a sentence is pretty much my approach is to just come from an authentic place when I write. I'm not trying to be or compete with anyone else or fit into anything. I'm just trying to, channel who I am,
right?
Through that particular medium, So,
and I think when we come back, we're going to talk to you a little bit about, your cover band versus your original band because you've been with of course, Temple of the Dad, and so we're going to have to go into a little bit of that.
Absolutely,
just to figure out how you feel, a little bit of difference between, the original vibe versus, playing in a cover band or whatever. But yeah, so we'll get to that when we come back. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about networking, logistics, booking, all that good stuff that you need to know when you are an artist and you treat your band like a business. And we're going to find out all about that when we come back from Lacey, how she feels about that. And maybe ask her a question, what it's like to be a woman in a man's world, so-called.
I'm glad you didn't say a woman in a man's body because I'd have to punch you.
We'll figure out which bathroom you need to go to. Don't worry. It's all good. All right. Thank you, Mo's Guitars. Thank you, Studio at CCMA. Thank you, Silver Tiger, Red Giant Promo, Playcam SD, She Rocks the Planet, all that. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Mo's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit mozguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to record on a Grammy award-winning album? Have you ever wondered what it's like to play in front of a stadium crowd? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be on a world tour? I'm Jackie Bertoni, and I've played with the who's who in the music industry, and I've toured the world. Come join my world, behind the velvet rope, and get into the groove on Jackie's Groove. Live 2 p.m. Mondays and available 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
I raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children. After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace.sandiego.edu.
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Jason Schiff, lead vocalist and bass player for the band Chicago, reporting here from New York City as we get ready to go and be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Hey listen, I want to tell you about something really cool. I'm basically, get it? I'm giving my bass away that I am playing on this 2016 Chicago Earth, Wind, and Fire tour and on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremonies that'll be aired on HBO later this month. So if you want a chance to win it, go to winmybass.com, winmybass.com, WINMYBASS.com. This is going through the rest of this month, April, and we will announce a winner early May, okay? Thank you so much to Jackie's Groove, powered by Intertalk Radio. I am so proud to be a San Diegan and part of this world that keeps growing down there. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, we are back with the incredible artist, Lacey Younger. And I really want you guys to go out and discover who she is, because she really is an amazing artist and has done a lot in the business and wrote a lot of material. And it's all good. So tell us,
Thank
Lacey,
you.
where can we find you? Give us your links.
Well, you can find my music everywhere that music is sold. And if you Google Lacey Younger, LACYYOUNGER, you'll find everything. But I am, of course, at LaceyYounger.com. And, of course, you know, there's Facebook, Lacey Younger, and there is Twitter, which I don't tweet a whole lot. I try to tweet. I'm not a bird. And then there's, but like I said, if you just Google, you'll see everything.
Right.
And I am playing at the Coach House May 1st. And, there's a lot of fun stuff. I'm a celebrity judge tomorrow night at the Music Box at Rich Singley's 70s show, which is very nostalgic. It's kind of
like a gong show. I heard.
Like they got a gong show. They got a thing, a tribute to Steve Miller, a bunch of other stuff, because the whole Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Greg Douglas is playing.
Yes,
his
Greg Douglas, friend of ours, Bing Bing.
Right. So that's the links, and you can find me. If you don't have to look real hard, I'm all over the place as far as the internet goes. But.
Right. Now, so for the listeners, I always ask everybody if you're ASCAP BMI. So let me explain. ASCAP stands for the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, founded in 1914, and it helps original artists protect their work. So,
I'm BMI, so you should really talk about BMI, because ASCAP's the enemy. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, tell us why you chose
CSAC, ASCAP, BMI. Well, to be honest with you, I'm kind of one of those crazy people that I am a people person, and I say that everything about every bit of work we do in industry is about relationships.
Right.
And all the greatest things that I've made happen have been my relationships with people. And I just kind of went and talked to the president of BMI one day in Nashville, and I'm like, you need to come have a drink with me. And he's like, you're crazy, but I love you. And we just struck up a conversation. And so I went with BMI, and people need to understand what your Writers Association should be doing for you. And that's where I'm going to encourage writers to go and find out what they have to offer, because they do far more than you would ever know.
Right.
You know, you can actually go into the buildings. There are places where you can rehearse, you can have writers' meetings, they have boardrooms, you can do all kinds of very interesting things. You should be asking them to pitch your stuff for certain things. They actually do these things, and a lot of people don't have the knowledge. So learn about your Writers Association, whichever one it may be. And they also collect monies. When you play live, don't forget, report all of those gigs, because you actually get money for that. They collect on your behalf, and you should actually be reporting all those. A lot of the smaller clubs don't like you very much for that, you know, because they, you know, and they're like, what do you mean I have to pay these guys every month because I have a jukebox in my bar? You know, it's all part of the, us people that write, we have rights. How redundant. Us writers have rights. But,
that's right.
But we create this body of work, and, it's not just about playing in bars, young people here in San Diego. You need to, protect yourself and and value your art. You know?
Yeah, speaking of that, now, when you do take care of your logistics and your bookings and all that kind of stuff, are you the one taking care of that right now, or is somebody else doing that for you? Or?
I have someone in the house, but I do often, it's funny because I had a booking agent after the first couple of tours I did in Germany. Someone said, "Oh, there's a great agent over here. He books tours," and I used him, and I got paid 2/3 or half of what I was getting paid when I booked from here, and I went back to booking myself. It just
well, there you
was
go. You heard it here.
I think too over there and in Europe and different parts of Europe, they don't, if they see their own people booking acts from over here, they don't have quite the respect for what's going on. They're wondering why that's happening. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's something to think about. I mean, there are all kinds of little, angles to the approach, and we could have a whole 2-hour show on that. But it's about playing the game and the whole blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, so, get your things in order, have someone who can speak for you. And even if you have to, like I said, have an intern or have, outsource that kind of work for yourself, have someone pose as your booking agent for just a little nominal fee, get them to just give them everything you have and say, all you have to do is send to this list of people on my behalf. You represent me in that way, so that you're not just some amateur out there going, hey, please book me. I'm calling you myself. It's not quite the same thing, if you know what I'm saying. So.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we've got very limited time left in this fourth quarter, and I'm just going to get right into the Quattro questions, and then we'll come back and get your future.
Quattro questions.
So now all you got to do is just answer these. It's all good. Tell us, if you were any kind of cereal, what kind of cereal are you?
Oh, my God. I have to right off the top of my head, Fruit Loops.
There you go. Because she is a little crazy.
And kind of silly.
She's a little crazy.
I'm fruity.
All right. So if you were stuck in any time period, what time period would you be stuck in?
What would I like to be, or if I...
No, if you had to be stuck in one time peried in history.
Yeah.
Like what time period
Jesus
would you be
Christ.
Stuck in? Oh, you're
when
back
he was
in the day, BC, huh?
Yeah. Oh no, that's a tough one. Either that, can I have a second choice?
Sure.
Or there's something about the early 1800s England. I don't know why.
There you go.
Absolutely
wasn't that when
enthralled
Jack
by
the Ripper was around? I don't know. We won't go there.
I run fast. That son of a gun will never catch me.
All right.
It'd be bad. If he met me in a dark alley, he would be sorry. Trust me, I would win.
He'd be scared. Watch out, Jack. If you're any kind of pie, what kind of pie are you?
The most delicious.
Okay. I guess we're not going to pick one.
Rhubarb.
Rhubarb? Oh, my God. I used to eat rhubarb stock when I was a kid. Fresh off the stalk.
Like kind of sour, but sweet and delicious.
Back
so
in
kind of
Ohio.
complex. That would be me.
Yeah. All right, good. Well, sweet, sour, and complex. We like it.
Yeah.
If you were writing a music for either a TV show or a movie, which one are you writing for?
What do you mean, which movie?
If you were going to write, say, a screenplay or music for a screenplay or anything, like what type of movie would you, or TV show, would you want to write for as a musician?
A Cameron Crowe film.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cameron,
Homeboy.
Are you listening,
he makes
Cameron?
Great films.
Cameron, are you listening? Okay. You heard it here. All right. So now we're going to get into, after that fun Quattro question section, what do you see for your future? Where are you at in 5 years?
Oh, my God. Let's see. I'll be 36. Shut up. What's so funny? Okay. 5 years from now, I see myself still touring Europe once a year. I'm starting to get kind of tired, so twice a year, maybe not so much.
It's a long flight.
And in 5 years, I see myself having had a number one hit, the first number one hit here in America.
All right.
Off my soon-to-be-released record,
and who
which
are
is
you
called
playing
For
with?
the Record.
Yes, that's right. We just heard a little bit of that.
And I'll be recording my second record. I'll be halfway through promoting my second record, maybe on my third single, and which will be rapidly climbing the charts. Okay.
So what national tour are you on?
Oh, you mean what's my next tour over there?
No, I'm saying if you could choose any artist to be on a national tour with, what national tour would you want to go on?
Well, I would be headlining, of course.
Okay, there we go. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, that's usually how I roll.
Okay,
that's what I've been doing.
There we go.
I don't want to go. Well, I mean, if an international star that I could go with and open for, I would say God, that's really hard. I'll never answer this. We'll run out of time and the buzzer will go off and you'll have thrown me out.
Yeah, because we got 20 seconds
Sorry,
left.
don't know.
All right, give us your links one more time. 20 seconds.
LacyYounger.com. LACYYOUNGER.com. What? I can spell my own name. And Facebook, check out Lacy Younger. And of course, there's always Reverb Nation. And just try to make it to the May 1st, this coming Sunday, to the Coach House. I'm on early at 7 p.m. and the Smithereens are great. Thanks so much. It was so much fun.
Awesome. Thank you, Lacy Younger. It's been a fabulous show. I want to thank EnterTalkRadio.com, who's our umbrella. And we also want to thank Moe's Guitars, our major sponsor, and Girls Talk Rock is also sponsored by Play It Like a Girl Records, Ronnie Lee. We're also sponsored by Silver Tiger Production, Playcam, all those guys. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit mozguitars.com or their Facebook page. MOZEguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to record on a Grammy award-winning album? Have you ever wondered what it's like to play in front of a stadium crowd? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be on a world tour? I'm Jackie Bertoni, and I've played with the who's who in the music industry, and I've toured the world. Come join my world, Behind the Velvet Rope, and get into the groove on Jackie's Groove. Live 2 p.m. Mondays and available 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Jason Schiff, lead vocalist and bass player for the band Chicago, reporting here from New York City as we get ready to go and be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Hey, listen, I want to tell you about something really cool. I'm basically, get it, I'm giving my bass away that I'm playing on this 2016 Chicago Earth, Wind, and Fire tour and on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremonies that'll be aired on HBO later this month. So if you want a chance to win it, go to winmybass.com, winmybass.com, WINMYBASS.com. This is going through the rest of this month, April, and we will announce a winner early May, okay? Thank you so much to Jackie's Groove, powered by Intertalk Radio. I am so proud to be a San Diegan and part of this world that keeps growing down there. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.